they'll be wandered off across the field, you know.
They look amazing. I'm just thinking now that, well, first of all, I always assumed they were part of a good old llama family, but they're actually, they're basically camels. You know, they're like fun-sized camels. They're a part of that family, isn't it?
They're related to the llama, but much smaller.
Right.
And they're bred specifically for their fibre.
That's the one, yeah. Because I was trying to think now, what was the, you know, naturally we are as in the animal kingdom. There's often it's just either meat or it's the coat, but it's the coat. On
Well,
these guys.
it's primarily the coat, but there's these are bred as a livestock animal. They've been domesticated for over 6,000 years.
Right.
So they're bred for the fibre, for their meat, even their manure. Their poo is very fertile, so and it can be spread directly on plants, unlike other livestock manure which would burn plants. It's very high nitrogen, you know, so when you put alpaca manure on your plants, you can see them nearly jumping out of the ground, but it results within a week, you know.
So we mentioned just when we were walking down here that the fact that there had been a gentleman in just opposite the Glenview who bred alpacas for a while. What was your kind of like spark? Because it is a curious.
It is definitely a curious, let's say, venture. In that, well, I was looking at our family farm. We have a family farm that hasn't been really farmed for 15 years. The land has been rented out.
All right.
And I was trying to see how I could get that going. But all your traditional farming activities like dairy, livestock, and tillage was the cost to get established was you know, huge, and the returns are really very slim.
Yeah.
So I was looking at a whole pile of alternative farming, if you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I came across these guys, and they caught my interest. And the more I researched them, the more I felt that there was a viable opportunity here, you know.
So that fibre side of it, it would be well. I don't know whether I know that you know, we spoke about the fact that there is that. Is that the kind of main hope for that when you breed them, that you'd be able to sort of tap into that industry, or
yes,
is it
So I've shipped. Very good. They're feeling a bit.
Yeah.
They're having a bit of fun. The fibre industry. There's nobody in Ireland that will process alpaca at the moment. So we have to ship it to the UK. So I've just shipped the 2017. Load of fibre just this week.
And the advantage of that fibre, it's I know it's used pretty much like a wool, but it obviously has you know, there's like 52 colours are registered in Peru for llama wool, but then there's only, I think it's somewhere around 13 or 14 or 15 in America and sort of 30 in Australia. They come in many different colours, and that's
they
part of
come in primarily 22 natural colours.
Okay.
You know, right from white, like I have here, and the lovely fawns, right through to the blacks. See, I have a few blacks up there as well.
Right. Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
I'm specialising though in whites and fawns. And
right.
The lovely browns as well.
Yeah.
The browns have lovely eyes and long lashes.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
So the reason I'm specialising in white and fawns is for the fibre, because that's what the mills look for.
Right.
Also, the whites and lights are much finer fibre.
Okay.
So you're going to get a much higher price for your finer fibre, you know.
And is that an advantage to them in regard to obviously what they can do with that is different to wool? They can create
like alpaca fibre is completely different to wool.
Right.
Like wool on your skin would be itchy. Alpaca isn't, because of the scales on it. There's long, slim scales.
Right.
Also, alpaca is a hollow fibre, so it has these thermal characteristics that keep you cool in the summer but warm in the winter.
Right.
So it's like a duvet. And you can get alpaca duvets, pillows, and if you have for example, an alpaca duvet, it'll feel very light on you, but it's very warm, because this hollow fibre traps the warm air.
Right. Beautiful. Now, of course, they're natural kind of. Well, there are places like Peru and Bolivia, I think, and all that is.
They originate from Peru, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So Ireland's not too hot for them or anything like that. They won't find it too hot
here. The climate in Peru where they originate is a lot more harsh. You know, so for example, within a 24-hour period, they can have -20 at night.
Holy.
And +27 during the day.
A bit like Cork then.
A bit like Cork.
I'll put it down in Castlelambert. That sounds about right.
Glengarriff down there.
There
you know,
go. That's
tropical climate.
That's
you know.
It. So would you have a like, I don't know if it is an outrageously they eat like 1 to 2% of their body weight a day. I don't know if there's a kind of, they are a lot of work, or whether they're actually quite easy.
They're quite easy to manage, because like they're grazers, so they're grass, a bit of hay and a bit of feed, just to supplement them, and that's it.
They look uncannily like the lead singer from East 17. I forget his name, but
probably have the same haircut.
That's it. You see, there's a very kind of a late '80s, early '90s haircut about it. All right. So, from your point of view, are you know, I don't know whether you'd sort of have a mission plan of over the next 5 years. You'd have a certain number, and you'd a certain. So yeah.
Well, I have them for primarily 3 reasons. One is for breeding. Because there is a big demand for them in Ireland. Like there's 45,000 animals in the UK. There's only 1,500 in Ireland.
Okay.
And you know, with the breeding, you breed for a number of reasons. So you breed for the fibre. Sheep farmers love them to run them with their sheep because they protect them against foxes.
Oh.
As do poultry
farmers. So they're
farmers.
quite strong in that way. I mean, they're naturally kind of protective
they're naturally quite placid animals, but they're very aggressive against
predators,
dogs and foxes in particular.
Ah, that's interesting.
Now they wouldn't attack a pack of dogs, but they'd attack a single dog, and they would certainly attack foxes because they generally go in singles as well.
Okay, that's interesting. Right.
And then you have people who have them just for pets, for the pleasure of having them.
Right.
Because of their mild temperament, they can be used in care homes, and they can be used with as therapy with autistic children and so on. You know,
they do seem so kind of relaxed. You know, because normally with any kind of you know, I grew up on a farm with cows and sheep and all that, and even though they don't necessarily react negatively or don't go crazy, but they don't tend to stand this close and not be.
So they'll come close to you, but if you take a step to them, they'll take a step away. So they always like to have that bit of distance between them.
Sure.
So as I said, the second reason then I have them is for their fibre. And then, you know, the whole idea there is we start creating product eventually. We have to ship all the fibre to the UK to get it processed at the moment. And then the third reason is kind of agri-tourism. So I do trekking with them. So
nice.
You know, people will actually love to get up close to them, and you can take them for a walk.
Lovely, yeah.
Like alpacas attract, quite simply. So I've done some work for promotional work for companies as well, and they find that they actually get a big response from having the alpacas at any event that they try, you know.
And is there a calling? I don't know if you had to call them. Obviously, they probably just come the minute they see you. But I know with you know, cows and sheep, there's different kind of signals of calling.
No, I think it's like any guy, a bit of food and it attracts them. You know? So
that
all
usually
you
works.
have to do is get the food out, and then
that's
it.
Running, you know? They are beautiful actually, and I think the kind of, you know, the relaxed, chilled out nature of them sort of, you know, is like very.
It's a great distressor now. Like, at the moment, I'm still working, so.
We got to be honest, they look slightly comical too, which helps. You know, there's a kind of a sweetness about that.
And they're quite quirky too. You know, so, and they're very intelligent. You know, so they learn very quickly. And
you don't have any of that. I mean, you say they're protective, but you know, you think of some animals like the kangaroo that can be suddenly very kind of difficult to be around, because if they decide they don't like people, they can send them about 40 feet in the air.
Yeah, no, they're as a rule. No, they're very placid. A lot of, and I'm not being sexist here now. A lot of women own alpacas.
Okay.
And a lot of family people, like who have kids from 11 downwards, own alpacas.
And they obviously need a bit of land. You don't sort of say, "I'll keep this in the garden."
No, you run about 6 to an acre. You need to have a minimum of 2 though, because they're a very strong herd instinct in them. You know, so you can't get one on its own. It won't do well.
A bit like Corkonians,
So they have to get an outlet.
They travel in packs generally down there. They feel safer. But very beautiful, and hopefully now this is temporary where we are now, up just outside Newtown, and I don't know whether obviously you're hopeful that in the next few weeks or months you'll find a permanent.
That's it. I'm looking for land at the moment. All I need is about 6 acres somewhere, something that I can call home for me and my alpacas as such. And you know, once I have that, then I can settle. At the moment, you know, when you're the Cooladoyle Equestrian Centre have been very good to me, and they're allowing me in here for just 2 months.
Okay.
But I need to find a more permanent home for them, you know.
We'll put your contact details in just in case somebody who's watching has some kind of idea. And then for Joe and Joanna, 6-pack if they were curious. I guess so. You have to wait until you've got that permanent home to pay a visit, or
no. While I'm here, we have a very good relationship with the Cooladoyle, and this morning I was very busy. Loads of people have already heard they're here, and they're only arrived on Wednesday.
Nice.
So I had loads of people down just looking. And,
great.
I'm still trying to do my fencing and all that. But
we'll do the links. I know you have Facebook and Instagram, and we'll put any kind of contact details so people can check that out. And
so I call myself K2 Alpacas.
Okay.
And as I say, I have a Facebook page and an Instagram page.
Great.
My my website is not really activated yet.
Okay, but we'll link to those anyway, and then
Brilliant.
if we put the contact here, people can obviously.
You're very
It's
good.
a small enough world; people will catch you. They look really, really stunning now, I must say. There's something just surreal about, looking something like sheep, looking something like llamas, and then just that placid nature. It just seems to. I think you could spend a few hours here and be a much calmer person when you leave.
Yeah, a lot
Very
of
beautiful.
Go and sit in the field and just watch them, because they're so funny to watch. Like they love this here. See the little guy.
Yeah,
there?
yeah, yeah.
They love rolling and whatever field you put them into, they'll create a dust bowl to roll in.
And I suppose did they have is it a 10-year span? I don't know if there's a sort
No,
of
they live for 20, 25 years, so they have
right.
a good lifespan.
Like Cork,
like Corkorians again.
All right.
I'm not sure. I'm glad you're not talking
And
about Kerry.
Glaswegians, yeah. I think Glaswegians are about 19 years. I think it is. Yeah. Nice. Well, that's beautiful. As I said, we'll put all the contacts up, and I'm sure people are going to be very interested to see these guys.